What up, everybody? You're now tuned into Jaguars Daily. I'm your host, Brandon Lampley. Hey, and I'm here to bring you Jags News Daily. What's going on, people? How's everybody doing? Hey, feels good today. Back with another video. Got to get you that football fix. That's what I'm here for. I'm your pusher, man, for sure. But today gonna talk about Devin Lloyd and Travis ETN, and we're gonna make the case today. We're gonna make the case to either resign and give you reasons why they should resign them, and make the case for moving on. And as you see, Ventrell Miller and Bashal Tootin there, those are potential replacements, but that also it also contains the draft and free agency as well. So a guy on the roster currently, getting somebody out the draft or free agency. So let's get moving. Now, I've heard no recent news on Travis Etienne outside of the Chiefs being interested and them having mutual interest from what I've heard. With Devin Lloyd, it's speculating that a couple teams are interested in him and are ready to get him the bag that he deserves to get him to come to their organization. So the last one I saw, I think was it Pittsburgh? Might have been Pittsburgh. I know the Raiders are linked to him as well. So it's a couple teams that need linebacker help that are projected to tag him or sign him. But we're going to make the case today about re-signing Devin Lloyd, and it's really not a hard case to make. You've seen what he accomplished this past season. 81 tackles, I think 6 tackles for loss, 5 interceptions. I think he might have had a half sack or sack. Second team All Pro. Your first defensive player of the month in like 20 years, because the last one before him was like Mike Peterson. And if you're a Jaguar lifer, you know how long ago Mike Peterson played for this franchise. Yeah. So I think he's going to continue to trend upward and get better. One of the reasons I have faith in that so much, and I talk about that so much, is the coaching staff and them, and players themselves turning the corner. But coaching staff and them putting in the right place, using them the correct way. And then, hey, Devin has grown up, man. Devin is mature. Just looking at him when he first got here, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, when he first got here, versus now, you can see the maturity. He's changed his body. You could tell he takes the game much more seriously than he took it just a few short years ago. And and of course on the move on, we'll talk about him being the 1 year wonder. But my rebuttal to that and to make the case already for the re-sign is the coaching. The coaching. This is just not about this 1 year. This system is for him. This is the best he's been. He's thrived, and I think this is the best situation for him. He can go somewhere else, and go get the money. And I will not fault him if he wanted to go get the money, but you hit your stride here in Jacksonville under this regime. Now, if they want him and they want him at a certain number, if they can come close to that number, I think they can get the deal done. But if he's looking to break the bank and he's like, nah, he's going to the highest bidder, then it is what it is. But absolutely, you bring him back because you continue to have, like I say, you continue to have continuity. He's a playmaker in the middle of the defense, and you know this. He has a nose for the football, man. He's had a nose for the football since he got here. That right there is not a fluke. That's not a 1 year wonder as far as him having a nose for the football and being around the football and getting his hands on the football. I mean, whether he was the defensive rookie of the month, I think that was our first one, and I don't know the previous one to that. But I think that's what he was, because he had a stretch, a couple of games where he had a couple of turnovers, man. So that right there, that's natural for him. That is not a fluke. So hey, re-sign here and continue to trend upward. Jacksonville is not what it was. The prior regime is no longer here. The goal always was to win the Super Bowl, but now you can see it. You could see it. You could see the end goal. Before, it's a bunch of trees there. You couldn't see nothing. Now you can see the end goal. You can see it. It's far away. It's far away. Not as far as it was, but it's far away, and it's right here on right here. Right. You can see it. Everybody's lining up. They're getting their cars ready. We're about to start the race to get to the finish line, and you can see it now. So that's the case I would make for Devin is a re-sign here, continue trending upward. You have a coaching staff that believes in you, that are going to put you in the right positions. Your family's already here. This is Florida. No state income tax. It's what it is, man. No tax. Yeah, no tax here. And hey, the Sunshine State is where he needs to be. It's where he needs to be, and he's homegrown. When you draft players, this is the thing about these teams letting blue chip players go, which I never really understand. When you draft a player, you hope that he get to the level that Devin Lloyd was at. You hope he gets to the level that Jalen Ramsey got to. You hope they get to the level that Micah Parsons got to. You hope they get to the level of a Sauce Gardner or a Quentin Williams. Like these teams that just ship out young blue talent. It's crazy. For someone like the Jets, okay, I understand you want to do a total rebuild. You want to have your money, freed up for things like that. But this is why you draft a guy like Devin Lloyd, is for him to become this and then pay him. That's what it is. So we'll see how it goes, but we're going to leave it right there. We're going to move on to moving on. And one of the reasons we're going to move on is you have Ventrell Miller and Jack Kaiser on the roster. And giving those guys a shot to fill that role, to see, hey, how will they do in that role? Because that role could be like it's a playmaking role. You could put guys there and guys will make plays. Some may be a little better than others, but it's a position that guys make plays at. Like the Viking position or the star position, however it goes, man. The robber, have whatever name that guy you have for the Tiger position. Hey, where he moves all around the defense, he goes where they predict where the ball is going to go, and he makes those plays. That's the position that Devin Lloyd could be playing. So Ventrell Miller could come in there and step in and be that, because we've seen Ventrell Miller. We know what Ventrell Miller is. Now, has he been Devin Lloyd of the past year? No, he's never been that. But we know at the very least Ventrell Miller can do the job. Not only to mention the draft you have coming up and free agency. Hey, Quay Walker is staring you right in the face. Hey, you have options as far as that, and it's not going to cost you a lot to go get a younger linebacker on a prove it deal, and then it's going to cost you even less to go to the draft, and you can even double dip again and go draft 2 more linebackers if that's what you want to do. But the options are there for you to move on and to save that money. And his number is going to be pretty high. I mean, that's just what it is. It's the cost of doing business. Jacksonville was already, I think, 13 million over the cap. Even with the cap going up now, and I think 42 to 43 of that is dead money that's going to come off next year. So you got to work some magic to get under this cap. And value of the position, man. It's a linebacker. Yes, linebackers are important. I'm taking linebackers all day long for sure. But do they have priority over more premium positions? No, they don't. You don't have priority over them re-signing Trayvon Walker. No, it's not happening. I don't think you have priority over them re-signing a Parker Washington. These are guys who need to get paid. Brenton Strange, I don't know, they may value that over linebacker. So it's because of his position. And when we talk about ETN, it's going to be one of those same things moving on. It's the value of their position. Yes, they're great players, but the team could feel like we could find guys. We can find guys. We can go draft a guy. It's plenty of young linebackers coming out in the draft that I've seen, man. It's plenty. Same with running backs, man. Hey, Katron Allen, you go check my my video from, I think it was it yesterday, the last video, or it might be the one before that. I talked about Katron Allen. Katron Allen is good, no nonsense running. So I mean, you're going to have those guys. I can't take a linebacker from Texas Tech, but he'd be a great replacement for Devin Lloyd as well. So you're going to have those guys. So I mean, I think that either way, whether you re-sign Lloyd or you move on, I think they're in a great position because this team doesn't have a lot of holes. So but we're going to leave it right there. And we're going to talk about, let's see, Travis ETN Jr. So, Mr. Jr., we're going to make the case to re-sign. It's a no-brainer. He's a playmaker. He's a pro. He's a leader. He, can do it all. Great receiver out of the backfield. Make guys miss. He's no longer getting blasted. Because for the longest time, man, it seemed like guys would purposely, like, out of everybody playing on that field, ETN is the guy who they want to break. Like, I mean, the way they brought the thump versus other people, man, it was very amazing to see. He got up every time. But Travis Etienne Jr. he's a great player. And he gives you confidence in the backfield that when you hand the ball off, when he's out in the route, that a play is going to be made. Especially early in the year before teams really start to key in on the run. Once teams start to key in on the run, to me, that wasn't necessarily ETN not being able to make plays. It's just, hey, teams are like, hell, this is not going to beat us. But Jacksonville has to do what they have to do to be able to run the ball in spite of that. Because it's plenty of teams that, you know that Baltimore is going to run the football. They were still able to run the football. It's just what it is. You knew that at a certain point Buffalo was going to run the football, whether it was with Josh Allen or with I can't James Cook. Either one of them, you knew that they were going to run the football. It's teams where, hey, in the past, that these guys will run the football, and they were still able to run the ball. So that will get rectified for sure. With ETN, it's a no-brainer. You bring him back, you plug him right back in. He's your top dog. He's your bell cow. He's going to get majority of the touches, and he's an excellent receiver out of the backfield. Excellent receiver. He led the team in receiving touchdowns. And shoot, on the open market, he's gonna be sought after now that a lot of the guys have been signed and they're moving, especially the top couple of backs. They either re-signed with their team or they were tagged. So ETN is the crown jewel of the running back market right now. And Bashal Tootin is a nice player. Nice player. LaQuint Allen Jr. is a great third down back, one of the better blocking backs in all of football. But I don't know if they're ready to take over that role and try to replace what ETN brought to this offense. Can Bashal Tootin do that game in and game out with the help of LaQuint Allen as the third down back? And of course, you'll bring another back in, but ETN bring you, and then he's not going to cost that much. This is the other part. This is the other part before we move to moving on from him. This is the other part, is that he's not going to cost you a ton. We're talking about what, 8 to 10, somewhere up in there. Yeah, we're talking about 8 to 10, maybe 11. He might can get 12 on the open market, but what you get 12 to go to where? Was you gonna go to Kansas City? I mean, but I don't even think Kansas City will give him 12. But you go to Kansas City, let's say you go to Kansas City for 10.5 to 11, and Patrick Mahomes is still recovering from his ACL, so you don't know about that, and then you want to go somewhere where it's cold. Like I don't know, man. But hey, it's about your money. It's about your money, man. And then got to think about it too, taxes as well. So, but Jacksonville, ETN, if they value the position, I believe that out of all of the free agents that they have, he could be brought back because he's going to cost the least out of all of them. Well, your big time starters. as far as like Monteric Brown, Devin Lloyd, and him. Gardeck is a rotational player, so his price tag is not going to be as high as these guys. But Travis ETN Jr. is not going to be high like a Devin Lloyd or a Greg Newsome or somebody of that nature. Like it's not the position doesn't hold that type of value, so he can be brought back. So if he's not brought back, it lets me know that they don't value the position in that way, and they are confident in Basho Tootin and the draft and free agency and being able to replace his production. So, but we're gonna move on. Literally, we're moving on. Why would you move on with Travis Etienne? Well, he's a running back. That's another reason why you can find running backs. You can find these guys. You can find these guys all over the map. It does not matter. It doesn't matter. Wait, because hey, I seen a report today, or no, yesterday, about James Robinson, Jaguars former running back, who ETN supplanted and beat out, and they shipped him out after ETN became that guy. He is signing, I think, with the UFL. So he's still going, man, even though he's in another league. But that's what happens, man. These guys get moved out, guys get replaced, because running back is the value isn't quite there anymore because you can find so many. If there weren't as many great backs that can run and you can get production out of, you can scheme it up to where you can get production out of. You just need that guy to be able to hit the hole and have good villain. If he has good vision and contact balance, speed is whatever. No, I need you to get the tough yards. That's what I need. I need you to make a play in open space. That's what I need. So whether it's running somebody over or being shifty and making somebody miss, it's a lot of guys that can do that now. I mean, you just seen that this was the fastest combine at almost every position ever. So the average 40 yard dash time was the highest for almost all positions except for like one. And this is what it is. Now they are a little older, and guys do get faster once they get into the league. As they get older, I've heard many of guys getting faster, and they're 40 times getting better. Like 6-7 years into the league, they're even faster than they were when they were younger. So that tracks and that makes sense. But dude, there's plenty of running backs out there. I like Tyler Algier, like Katron Allen from the draft. It's so many options, man. So it's very, very tough to say, hey, we're going to drop this money on a running back, a guy who, can be replaced at any given time by a guy making less money and get production out of said guy. It's just what it is. It's what it is. And it hurts. It always hurts my heart to say that because you to understand where running back was, you have to understand the past and how running backs were the face of the league, not quarterbacks. Quarterbacks just recently became the face of the league within the last 20 years or so. Before that, it was the running backs, man. It was the running backs. That's what it is. The last of the running backs being the face of the league, you can go back to probably the tail end of LT to that Adrian Peterson era, right up in there. I think that was the last of it. That was it. After that, it's quarterback. That's what it's been, because you've had so many more that were really, really good. Whereas in the past, you only had a few that were good. Now you have even more that are really, really good. So now running back has lost its luster because now you have more guys coming in who can play the position, play it at a high level, and can do it for a few years. And then, hey, after those few years are up, his shelf life is short. So, hey, let's take those batteries out, get a fresh pair, put another pair of batteries in. That's how it goes. That's how it goes now, man. It is what it is. So, I mean, yeah. And Jacksonville moves on from Travis Etienne. I'm fine with that because that lets me know the confidence they have in Basho Tootin and the confidence they have in either getting somebody out of a veteran out of free agency or bringing in another young back that can tote the mail. It's just what it is, man. But we're going to leave it right there. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on all of my social media. Once again, my name is Brandon Lampley. I appreciate you guys today. Man, this is always fun. Man, just continue to hype me up in the comment section. Send your love, send your shout outs. I'll be in there responding, man. Love you guys. But I'll talk to you guys later. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. And we're going to play some more Make the Case for some of our guys that we got to re-sign. And, of course, whatever news pops up, I'll be there to report it. But until next time, I'll talk to you guys later, man. Peace out.